we are beginning our last lesson of the introduction course of the Holy Zohar. What to do, how to study further for our English-speaking students who study only with us, only this English Zohar lessons. I will try to explain at the end of this lesson. The lesson number 53 at the page Kaf 20. The line 1 of the text of the Zohar. Ot Yud Bet. Ela razada lo yitgalia. Bar yom achad dehavina al kif yama. Ve'ata tu Eliyahu. ואמר לי, רבי, ידעת מהו מי ברא אלה? Point. The line 1. Ot Yud Bet 12. Ela razada, but this secret of the receiving of the Mochin Dechaya by the Nukwa, by the zone. Even we say zone, we mean the Nukwa. Because the Nukwa is the creation itself. Ela razada lo yitgalia bar yoma chad. But this secret was revealed only one day. The Havina, when I was Rabbi Shimon speaking, when I was al Kif Hayam, when I was at the beach, not at the beach of the coast of the coast of the sea coast. Ve'ata to Eliyahu, and came Eliyahu. Ve'amar li, and he said to me, Rabbi, look, Eliyahu speaks to him, says he, how do you call it? Spreekt hem aan. Talks to him, see, as Rabbi. He said to him, Rabbi, Yadata, do you know? Mahu, what means mi bara eile? Point. And in lives of in lives of persons who are working on themselves, who are looking for the connection with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's rather common than exceptional. To someone comes Eliyahu, it must be a great Rabbi. To another one comes someone else to help a person. Also in this case, it is not just that Eliyahu comes to someone just to say hello. It means that everything must be functional. Everything must have sense. In the spirituality, there is the law of the spirituality, one of the most important laws of the university of the spirituality or the real existence is that from above they give only the strict necessary for the lower. Not too much, not too less, but just strict what is necessary and in accordance with the strength and man of the law. And so also in this case, you see, he asks Rabbi Shimon, what do you know? What does it mean? Mi bara eile, who created this? Or me created this? Point. Aminale. Eilin Shmaya Sri Vechelehon. Uvda de kutsha brihu. De itle levarnash. Leistakla bohu. Ule varchale. Dichtive fo. Ki Shmecha, ki ere Shmecha Mase Etzbotecha. Vegomer Hashem Adonenu Ma Adir Shimcha 5 Bachol Haaretz. Two, after the point, Aminale, I said to him, Rabbi Shimon said. Now, Rabbi Shimon tells this story, how it was. He tells this to Rabbi Elazar. Aminale, I said to him, to Rabbi, to the Eliyahu, Eilin Shmaya, these are Shmaya, the heavens, the three, the Chelehon, and their troops, their warriors. Uvda de Kutshabri, who the work of the Holy of the Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Itle Levarnesh, that the humans must look attentive at this, Ulevarchele, and to bless him, Dichtiv, because it is written, for. And this is in Psalms, Psalm Het 8. Ki ere shemecha, but because I will see, David exclaims, the King David exclaims, I will see shemecha, your heavens, Maseh etzbotecha, the deed of your fingers, Vegomer, etc. Hashem Adoneinu, there is another verse, Hashem Adoneinu, Hashem is our master. Ma adir, Hashem Adoneinu, Hashem our master. Ma adir shemcha b'chol haaretz, how powerful is your name? 5, in the whole, the earth. Point. Hasulam, the right column, the line 1. The reference Ot Yud Bet 12. Ela razada v'chule, but this secret etc. double point. Ela sot ze 2. Lo nidgale ela bayom echad shehayiti al chof hayam. 3. Uba Eliyahu v'amarli, double point. 1 after the double point. Ela sod ze, but this secret to lo nidgale ela was revealed only bayom echad, on one day. Shahiti al chof hayam, when I was at the sea coast. 3. Uba Eliyahu, and the Eliyahu came. V'amarli, and he said to me. Point. When Rabbi Shimon says that he was once at the sea coast, you must know that this is not just the situation that this picturesque situation that he was at what he speaks about, that it is physical appearance, or it was somewhere it is spiritual what he speaks about. This what we must always know, this not to see the sea coast, and then Rabbi Shimon speaks about this, that this was the occasion. And when he was at the sea coast, he was on the beach. You see, he lied on the beach, and he had a nice time. What he had to do on the beach, at the coast, what he had to do with this. It was dedicated Rabbi. What had he to do over there? Just to look at the sea. Always keep it in mind. No, don't make yourself only the pictures, just pictures that someone in our world speaks about. I was in the train, and then I met this, and then a vision came to me. All these things. That is not in the authors of the Zohar doesn't mean this. V'amarli, and he said to me, 3, double point, Rabbi, Hayadata mahu for mi bara eile. Rabbi, do you know what means for mi bara eile? Who created this? Or mi bara eile? Point. Amartilo. So of course Rabbi Shimon had this grasped this level as his son. And now he speaks about what revelation he had received from Rabbi, from the Eliyahu, the prophet Eliyahu. But look what he says. Amarti lo, I said to him, Elohem, these are Hashamayim 5 Utseva'am, the heavens and their troops. And when we are hearing troops, Tseva'am means Tsevaot, this means Bia, means all the powers in Bia. Maaseh HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the deed of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Sheyesh livnei Adam leistakel bahem, that the humans must look at them attentive. 6. Ulevarechotu, and bless him. HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Point. You see, bless him, bless HaKadosh Baruch Hu. A person must bless HaKadosh Baruch Hu. How can you be blessed if you would not bless HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Impossible. Blessing of HaKadosh Baruch Hu means that you are blessed. This is a great secret. In the way how you look at the eternity, at the Kadosh Baruch Hu, at the source of life. In the same way, you will experience this. But not only words. See, look how what he says, that the humans have to or must to have to look attentive at them, at the spiritual worlds, and to bless him, to bless HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because they perceive then his greatness. Only when we perceive his greatness, we are able to bless him, and not because it is just you must do it just because it is now the time to say the blessings. They don't mean it. They just it is a joke. They say it just like people who are trained to do this. But this is nothing. Completely nothing. This is like a comedy. One must say it completely. Then out of the depth of the heart. Only then it helps. And not what they have learned and then they do it when others look at them with shaking of their bodies and this is all a code, this doesn't help. 6, after the point. You see, blessing, the word blessing. Already in this word we can see the power of this word. Shekatuv 6, after the point. Ki eresh mecha 7 masets botecha vegomer. Because it is written, Ki eresh mecha. The King David says, because I will see your heavens. 7 masets botecha, the deed of your fingers. Vegomer. Hashem Adoneinu, Hashem our master. Ma adir shemcha b'chol haaretz. how powerful is your name in all the earth, in all the earth. Look how the King David expressed most of his prayers, most of his psalms. He had spoke to Hakadosh Baruch Hu from the personal me. I shall, and not we are the Jewish nation. Or others, they also say, we are Christians, we are this, we are this. For HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't exist this item as nation. Nation is all the powers that are in one person. Always remember this, because this is very tricky. Because the nations are formed here on earth to protect itself, to protect their interests, to build up their powers, to build up their borders. All these earthly provisions that are necessary for existence before the nation, before every single person of every nation will correct himself individually. This is necessary provision. There is also in every nation, in every generation, there are persons who are able to do this, who are able who want power, who want rule over others, dictators, people who are rich, have richness, the great power of richness, others. So it is necessary to do this. All the time when the nations are not corrected yet. But afterwards it will not be anymore. No borders, no states. Everyone will be able to go to any place where he would like, because the person must, if the person wants to migrate, it means that it can be that something attracts him, something, a new place will bring some extra dimensions in his life. So it will be just free, everyone will be able to come to any place and to stay over there. There will be only one nation in the world, because they're not this nation of flesh and blood, but because every person will count, every person will have his own, every person will be a nation in itself, and will be a ruler over himself. This is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants, a person who fully develops himself and doesn't need anymore all these superficial knowledges and religions that terrify a person, or he thinks that he will be better off in material way, in all other ways that it is practical and pragmatic to stay in a religion, because if it will be some trouble, then they will help me. See, in such a way they are staying undeveloped, as my brothers are staying already 7 after the receiving of Torah. After the receipt of the Torah, everyone already had received the from above the permission to become single, separated, and belonging, of course, to the nation of God. It means nation by inner, but be separated, find to build himself up according to the laws of the universe. But instead of this, they just united themselves in the religion, society, and not only one religion society, but they split. This was split in many groups that they came into existence because of because of the founder of a certain group, like Hasidim. Or you can all have the same in the Christianity, but I speak only about the Holy Nation. How many Hasidim, groups of Hasidim there are? Many of them. And all of them, they have pretend that their Rabbi is the best one. And they think that the Kabbalah is a part of the Jewry, yeah? Jodendom. Huh? Jewishness. You see, they are so stupid to think that the Kabbalah is a part, they say it, that this is a part of the Jewishness. This Hasidim say, and the Yeki, the other side, the left wing of the Jodendom, of the Jewishness, the German Jews or European Jews. Also the Eastern Jews who are studying Talmud, and not only dancing like Hasidim. And I say, and my voice comes not from myself, that it is not like this what they are thinking, but both wings. The Hasidim, what I said to you is the absolute truth. All of them, all the Hasidim, all the movements of the Hasidim are the approach to the holiness from the right. From the right we have, look, there are two powers. Chasadim, strengths, Chasadim and Gvurot, right and left. The approach from the right to the Chasadim, this is and these two, Chasadim and Gvurot, the holy strengths, the holy powers. This is already the realm of the Kabbalah. And we must come to the midline. And the midline in between the Chasadim of the holy Chasadim and the holy Gvurot. This is the midline. This is the reality. This is the absolute holiness. But who are the Chasadim? Who are the Hasidim? They are the klipa from the right. So, and you understand? So they approach to the right line of the holiness. But they are not the holiness. It is klipa that approaches to the right line of the holiness. Of course, there are different levels of the klipa, but they are klipa of the Kabbalah, because the Kabbalah is the reality, the true reality, and these European Jews, or Yeki, who study from the left line, they study only with her head. They are all different parts of them. This is also Jewishness. This is the klipa of the Kabbalah from the left. They approach the holy Gvorot from the left side. This is what the Jewishness is. You see? This is the Jewishness is the klipa of the reality, of the true reality, and not the holiness itself. This is the, and when you know this, and this is probably why I say it here, to protect, to give you some protection, and to give you some warning, not to enter to all these kinds of movements. Even in the Kabbalah movements, who pretend, who come into groups, also they play things, play the some movements, some groups, some society, some love with to each other that doesn't exist at all. They don't understand what does it mean. So be far of it and look what the king David HaMelech speaks. He speaks always about me, because only he shows not that David, the king David, the king of the nation, but he shows that where every person, HaKadosh Baruch Hu shows, look at my son, at the David. He is the king. The king, be like him. Be the king of your kingship, kingdom. Because David fought all his life with himself, with Philistines, with all of them. It was the fight with the Sitra Achra. What we learn in the holy books. This is what, only this is important, and not the historical facts, how it was. He fought with the Sitra Achra in himself. and his sons betrayed him, and this, and all things what we learn is only within David in himself. And this is the way, the heritage of every person on earth, to become the king of his own body and personal. Here, if you are in a group, yes, Miriam says on the line here now that when you are working with a group, you are working, you deny your own kelim. You are working outside of yourself. You can show emotions. Of course, it is nice for you. It gives good feelings, like in being in church or in a synagogue. But you don't work with your own kelim. And this is the only thing that is needed, the only thing that from above they want you to be, is that you will build up your own kelim, that you will be the king of your own kingdom. That's all. How many good things a person does, how many money he gives for good charity projects. One must do it, of course, but it must be a part of the building up your own kelim. How to do it? This is important, but the most important thing is to give from your sitra achra, to bring the offers from your wish to receive for yourself. I think that, let's we have finished now the Ot Yudbet. Let's read the next Ot Yud Gimel, and we will see how far we will come. The line 6 of the Zohar text itself, Ot Yud Gimel, 13. Amar le, Rabbi, double point, Mila Satima Have Kabe Kutsha Brihu, Vegale Bemitifta Ila'a. Veda, who, point 6. Ot Yud Gimel, 13. Amarle, he said to him, Eliyahu said to Rabbi Shimon. So what Rabbi Shimon had said was actually, the words was actually the Mochin, the Gadlut Aleph, that he had grasped at that moment, like his son Elazar. But of course, at the time when Rabbi Elazar had received this level of ma. At that moment, of course, Rabbi Shimon already had the higher madrega, higher level that he had received from the Eliyahu. So now he tells how he came to this level that is higher level, the level when he personally grasped this mochin dechaya, that no person, I stress this, no person before Rabbi Shimon had ever received that. We know that one must have kilim, develop kilim, suitable kilim to receive the light. Before Rabbi Shimon, they couldn't grasp things in generally. Some things are, some wisdom, some lights, obviously, but some lights in concealed. And this is also what was concealed from all of them. And now Rabbi Shimon had received these mochin dechai. And together with Rabbi Shimon, of course, everyone can receive it. And of course, only the fact that Rabbi Shimon had received this, already the mochin came already to the lower world, to our world, to this world. And it means that nothing comes, nothing disappears in the reality. So it is already there, here. Only a person must receive it. Make yourself receptive. Look, 6. Yud Gimel. Amarle, Rabbi, he said to him, Eliyahu said to Rabbi Shimon, double point, Mila satimahu kamei kadosh baruch hu. A word, a concealed word, came before the Kadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, blessed be He. And this was revealed in the higher mitifta, in the higher yeshiva, in the higher Talmud school. Vida, and this is it, and this is what it was, what is revealed. The next page, the line 1. Basha'ata de satima de chol satimin baye leitgalia abad baresha nekuda chada. 2. Vida salek lemehave mechashava point. 1. Basha'ata. At the time, at the moment, the satima, the whole satimin, when the concealed of all the concealed, violate Galia, wanted to be revealed. Abad Baresha, he made first Nekuda Chada, one Nekuda, 1 point, 1 dot, 2. Vida, and this point, Salik lemehave mechashava, was ascended to become, to be the thought point. Tzayer ba kol tziyurin, he made in her, in this point, all the pictures, all the, what do you call it, images, Hakak ba'akol galifin, and he engraved in here all the engravings. This is a great beginning of the part of the Zohar where we study this, the beginning point of the second, the highest point of the result of the second tzimtzum, where the Malchut of the Rosh, actually Malchut in every level was ascended to under the Chokhmah. And this is what he speaks about, that Malchut of the higher we will see what he speaks about the Atik or Arichan Bin, that the Malchut of this in the Rosh of it was ascended to the Chokhmah. So the union of the Malchut and Binah, actually, of the trait of Din and Chasadim, and the barmhartigheid and the mercy, because only by this is the way how to live, how to correct oneself, and this he made HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the spiritual worlds. We are turning back to the previous page, Kaf. Hasulam, the line 9, the reference Ot Yud Gimel, 13. Amarle Rabbi, he said to him, better to say Amarli, he said to me, because now the Rabbi Shimon speaks. The Rabbi Shimon tells this story to Rabbi Elazar. That's why it's better to say Amarli. He said to me. Eliyahu said to Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi, v'chule, etc. Double point. Amarli, yes. Amarli, he said to me, Rabbi, then davar satum haya lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And a concealed word was before HaKadosh Baruch Hu, or something concealed was before the HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Vegila, and it was revealed, he revealed it. 11. B'yeshiva shel mala, in the yeshiva, in the Talmud school. We just translated in the Talmud school, but yeshiva, in the, how do you call it, Leerhuis, in the house of study of above, Vezehu, and this is this. And yeshiva, when you hear about yeshiva shel mala, or mitifta, the mitifta ila'a, that means the yeshiva of HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. because there is also a yeshiva of Yitzhira, of the Metatron, of Memtet, of the chief of all the angels. That is lower, is in Yitzhira. And there is also yeshiva of Rabbi Shimon. We will see. Point. Basha'a shehasatum 12 mikol stumim ratza leitgalot asa batchila 13.1 shehi malchut v'zo alta lehiot 14 machashava shehi bina klomar shehamalchut alta 15 unik nichlala babina. Point 11. Basha'a, at the moment Shasatum mikol satumim, when the concealed, that one that is concealed from all the concealed, wanted 12 to reveal himself. When to reveal himself means to reveal to himself to the laws. Asa batchila, he made fast 13.1 1 point. Shehi malchut, that this is malchut. Vizo elta lehiyot machashava, and this malchut, this point, this malchut, rose lehiyot, to be machashava, to be the thought, to be a thought. 14. What means thought? Shehi bina, that this is bina. Why is the bina thought? Thought is chokhmah. Why is the bina thought? He says that the malchut rose to the place that is thought, and now he says that it's bina, because this is the higher bina of the Abba, and Abba is, it means he, so better to say it like this, that because above is also Malchut rose to the Chokhmah, and the Malchut came to the place to stand in place of the Binah. So she came to stand at the same level as the Chokhmah, and this is why is this called Machashava, the thought. In the head we have the thought. Shehi Bina, that this is Bina. Klomar, that means Malchut Alta, that the Malchut rose, ascended. 15. V'nichlala babina, and added them herself to the bina. Was united with the bina. Point. Tzayer bait kol tziyurin. He pictured in here all the pictures. That means everything what was the traits over there of the Chokhmah. The Chokhmah printed them in here. Hakak 16 ba'akol hakikot. He engraved in here all the engravings in. Biur advarim. Partsuf atik. Hu harosh 18. Arishon. Shel olam atzilut. Vehu nikra satima dechol 19 satimen. You see, now he gives the first the highest place where this took place. The place where all the light comes to that place, and all the engravings Malchut gets from that place. Not just the light, not just Sfirot, the traits of the Akadosh Baruch Hu, but Malchut was engraved with all these powers that she received from her new state, from this union between the Malchut and Binah. And this is in every Sphira, in every part of the Partsuf, in the head, in the body, in the Sof, and in every Sphira, and in every Sphira of the Sphira. Biur Advarim 17, the explanation of words. Partsuf Atik, the Partsuf Atik, Hu Harosh Arishon, is the first head. 18. Shel Olama Atzilut, of the world Atzilut. Vehu Nikra Satima, the Holy Satima, and he is called Satima, the Holy Satima, concealed of all concealed. 19. Ve'alav Amru Ba'idra Rabba. 20. Kol Resha de Ama, de lo itaken hu bekadmita, let Ama mitakna. 19. Ve'alav Amru Ba'idra Rabba, and about him is it said in the Idra Rabba, in the great Idra, part of this of the Zohar that is written in the Kabbalistic language. 20. Kol Resha de Ama, and it's interesting how the Zohar over there speaks, it gives, as it were, meaning in as it were in our world, but speaks about this head, the highest head of the Atik. Look what he says. Kol Resha de Ama, every head of the nation, of a nation. De lo itaken hu bekadmita, when he is, if he is not, when he is not first corrected himself, if he is not corrected himself firstly, let Ama mitakna, then the nation, his nation, would also not be corrected. Point. You see what he says? That if the head of the nation is not corrected, then no way for the nation to be this nation from who he, the head of, is, will be corrected. So it must come from the head. Also our correction, we start from the head. (21). But his person doesn't speak about this world, but this is, firstly, was the first in the Atzilut. Everything began, look, very important, in the Atzilut, the highest correction would take place first. So the Atik, the highest correction, then the lower later. Then Arihanpin is lower than qualitative also of the Atik, then Abouim are even lower, etc. So the first head is the head of the Atik, This is the head of all the heads. When this head is corrected, then everything will be corrected. And how it is the correction of this? When it is corrected, and is also with us when we are grasping higher, the highest place where we are grasping, this is also involves the higher level of the correction. 21. Min alam, from where we know this? 22. Mi'atik yomin. So these are all words of the Zohar. You see, they are in how do you call it? In fat letters. The ad de lo itaken hu 23. Batikuna ve lo itaknu kolinon de baye 24 leitakna vekulhu almin acharavu. Look what he says. 22. How we know this? What is over there, he said. And this all belongs to this Idra Rabbah. Mi'atik Yomin, this is what we know from the Atik Yomin. The Adeloitaken Hu Betikunavi, because before he is not corrected, before the Atik Yomin is not corrected, 23, Loitaknu Kolinon are not corrected, then all these ones, the Baili Takna, who wants to correct themselves, all the lower Partsufim and etc. Kulhu, I see that this is a fourth. Kulhu, the second word in the line 24. It must be kulhu, must be in place of the het, must be the letter hey. Vekulhu almin acharvu, and all the worlds will be destroyed. You see, destroyed because no correction so fast that was destroyed, like the world Nikudim. Point. Vehen ita 25 beidra zuta daf resh tzadi amud alef. Vehen 24 after the point ita, and so it is written, literally there is 25 beidra zuta, in the little small idra zuta small. Daf page resh tzadi 290 amud aleph, the front page. Point. Tana Basha'ata 26 de atika kadisha satima de hol satimin. By 27 litakna kula atkin kein de karve nukwa 28 vechule de hai chochma it pashet ve apik minei 29 bina ve ishkach dechar takar ve nukwa ve husot hatikun 30 de tzimtzum bet. It's great place to finish this Zohar, introduction Zohar, and then I will tell will tell you something about how to study further. Look what he says. 25. Tana, we have learned. Basha'ata, at the time, at the moment, 26. The Atika Kadisha Satima, the Holy Satim, and when the Holy Atik, that is the concealed from all the concealed, Bailey Takna wanted to be corrected, 27. Kula Atkin, everything was corrected. Kainda Karvenukva, look, as masculine and feminine, 28. Vechule, etc. The high Chochma, it Pashet, look what he says, that this Chochma, it Pashet, was spread, ve'apik minei bina, and came out from this bina, this malchut, that was in the head of the Atik, the malchut in the head of the Atik, that was the first one, the malchut, the first manifestation of the malchut, the highest, when she rose to the Chochma. And then she became like Chochma, because not that she is Chochma, but she get all the engravings as the Chochma, as the real Chochma that is over there. Then this Chochma, this Malchut, that received all these engravings, all the qualities, all the light, everything from the Chochma, was spread down. The Apik Minei Bina, and this Malchut came out of the Bina. 29. Ve'ashkach dakar v'nukva, and it was remained, and there was existed. She existed as, look what he says, as masculine and feminine. How it was masculine and feminine? She had received over there from the Chochma above, and the Chochma is masculine, and she was Nukva, she was Malchut that was united with the Binah, and the Binah was also feminine. So, but what she now received over there, she received Chochma, and she can't neglect herself. So she has herself also, Malchut is feminine, and she received the masculine. So now what is above, she spread down. So everything now what is coming out of this Malchut that once rose to the Chochma of the Atik Yomin, everything is now corrected, is installed, existing of these two, masculine and feminine. Shehu saw that this is the secret of the Tikkun 30, the Tzimtzum Bet, of the Tikkun, the correction of the second Tzimtzum. This is all what is all about. All these 6,000 stages, 6,000 years, everything we must correct ourselves and everything in this way, by uniting the Malchut with the Binah. So now several words about what to do further. Everyone is free to do what he wants, and I don't have a recommendation to say go to study this or this, with this. You know, we know already what approach you have received in our introduction Zohar lesson, introduction course of the Holy Zohar. No group will provide you the solution. Only you yourself. You can study everywhere without connecting yourself to someone or to some school, to some movement, because this will not help. But this is why I don't give this recommendation, but I want to give you the recommendation now how to study, because this study, what we did 1 year, 1 full year, from September till September, this is more the kavanah, what to do with your kavanah, how to develop your kavanah, your intention, and how to study the Zohar. And this was the first approach. But I will confess you that it is not enough. I mean, you must also learn Ari. I mean, you can learn Tes, Talmud, Eser Sfirot. You can learn it. There are courses, you can learn it. I don't give it in English because it is too much for me, and this is also not my task. My task was to give this introduction course in English for someone who looks for the emet. And then you can study over there, everywhere where you like it. Only know where you must lean to a group, to Hasidim, to what kind of the groups they say. So if they, in the lessons, they speak about the group, you just close your, as it were, you don't, it's better for you to not to take it inside. But when they speak about the let's say, tests that you learn, I don't know the places where they study tests properly. Whether they study tests as Hasidim, like this Organus in near the Tzfat. It's a comedy of the Kabbalah. It doesn't help, because this is also what they study is the klipa of the Kabbalah from the right. And you can study also with the Bnei Baruch, but this is the klipa of the Kabbalah from the left, because they study this scientific. And this is because their leader is scientific person. He can't help it. You see, and but doesn't matter. If you will not, it is difficult not to be influenced. This is why I don't say do this or do that. But I speak only about the subjects, about the books. The books, there are not many books. Only Talmud Eser Sfirot. This is the Etz Chaim with the commentary of Yehuda Ashlag. This is the second piece, what you must study, next to the Zohar. And don't forget Shlavei Sulam, of the sun, of the Rabbi Yehuda Ashlak, Rabbi Baruch Ashlak. The Shlavei Sulam, the what do you call it? The steps of the ladder. This you can also study. There are some, but also this is also, be careful not to see the groups, not the Shlavei Sulam doesn't speak a word about the uniting yourself with a group of people. I mean, to be a part of a movement or group. This is a sick idea. A sick idea of people leaders who want to unite something that ununitable. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't unite, they want to unite this. You see, why I can't say to you, there are many ways to express or to want power. Some doesn't play a comedy. They want power. They go in politics. Or they go to make money, big money, more money. And together with money, they get also power. They interming themselves in the politics, all kinds of powers. There are enterprises where one can also come to power. It's not anymore like it was before, but still, there are many ways to get power, but it is of course inherent in the nature of a person, and it's difficult to correct this. So, in place of some leaders, some become leaders of these groups in Kabbalah, that they want power. You see, power to build up all kinds of communes, religious communes, like Hasidim, like this group Organus does, or scientific approach, like Bnei Baruch. It's also power. You see, they are surrounded with, their leader says that we have different donators, some who donate money, of a food, contributors or supporters. See, he said somewhere there was an article, someone asked him from the television, Russian television, from the Bnei Baruch, their leader, he asked him, who are your members? He said, in material way, he said, we have billionaires, milliardaires, and we have people who are just normal people. But look at them, all the rich ones, they're sitting surrounding of this leader. Because it is natural for him, and he likes this very much, power and money. They like it. It is natural. And understand very careful. It is the most difficult thing not to to resist this, to withstand this seduction of this money and power. This is why the real prophet had said that one must, the leader must serve. They say also that they serve, but the right leader, how can you see the right leader or the right person from whom you can learn? In the Kabbalah, it must be like this, that who is higher, who can give more than others, give more from himself, not because he is so good, but because he wants to be closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Not closer than others, but himself. Unite himself with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is why he serves others. He is lower than his disciples. It is great thing what is written about Yosha. You see, I'm not Christian, so and I'm not the Jew who is messianic, who is rushing after the Yosha as this. No one can say this. I say it myself, not that it is not like this. I speak only about Yosha, Jesus. I speak about him as a great rabbi. Look what he did. He did something that no one in my nation did, in the whole history, and neither in other nations. What he did before his death, material death. What he did. Look, this is completely spiritual, what he did. And no one, no Moses, no Rabbi Shimon, no one could come to this level. Why? Because he had the level of the Keter. It's not, the Shekhinah must come to this world. But what he did, look, the Keter is, from the Keter receives the Binah, the Chasadim. So, what he did, but no one understands, no one Christian understands this, and no one Jew, of course, understands what he did. What he did, he asked, he had told them, to his disciples, that he wanted to wash their feet. And they couldn't understand. They said, how, you are our master. How can we withstand this? How it is impossible. We would like to wash your feet. He said, no, you don't understand. Later you will understand. This is something tremendous. In my nation they don't understand this. Christians don't understand this. What does it mean? But only someone who studies deeply Kabbalah who understands this. You don't need to have something from above. You understand it because of the... Look how the attic is built up. Look how the Arichanpin is built up. Look, of the Atzilut. Arichanpin is not only the Keter of the Atzilut. Arichanpin goes down, all the way down till the Parsa of the Atzilut. And the Binah receives also from the Keter. And the Binah, we will see the the power of the Binah, the Chasadim, is that the shining of the Binah reps, as it were, the zone of the Atzilut, comes under their, even under their feet, the shining of her Chasadim. How we will see, we will learn this. Not that it comes within them, but from it is on a distance, from the distance. But even then, that this is, and what she shines to them, Chasadim, and Chasadim is water, and feet are the place of the Sitra Achra, of the unclean power. So the Binah that is Chasadim, that is water, says, I want to wash your hands, your feet, that they will be clean from unclean power. And this is also means that the higher wants to give. And look at the Kadosh Baruch Hu. He makes himself lower than everything else, in order to give life to everything, to four natures. So, this is my advice to you. Your teacher must be HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There is only one Chacham, only one wise person, is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And you must learn from him. You must be Talmid Chacham. You must be the disciple of the Chacham, of the HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Not of the human being. Understand this clearly. If you want to get the utmost correction and perfection and life and fulfillment, don't look for rabbis, for teachers, for gurus. But if you would like to have someone who leans to this Kedusha, and you want together with him to lean, it is easier, but still that you will keep your individuality and not dissolve yourself in your Rabbi. Then you must find someone who will be like this picture that I have pictured you. You don't need to look at Yosha, because there is no instrument. He didn't give to the mankind this instrument as it is, as we have received as we receive this in the Kabbalah, the work in 3 lines, the tree of life. Yeah, and because he was only the keter of the kilim, of the kedusha, of the midline. There had to be more. The next one was Moshe. Moshe was the dat of the kedusha in the midline. Who is higher? And on the position of the tree of life is Yosha. Jesus is higher than Moshe on the tree of life. But from another point, the revelation of from the point of view of the revelation of the light to the law is Moshe, he brought the law. The law, what is the law? That means chasadim and gvurot, right and left. That is why justice and injustice, gvurot, chasadim and gvurot. In Keter, in Yosha, was only loving kindness, because it was Keter. It was not differentiated yet. So what can you learn from this? Everything is of course in the Keter, but it is not manifested itself to the mankind. It was only the Kli Keter with the light Nefesh. This is why the performance of Yosha was very poor. And then came Rabbi Shimon in the middle line of for all the mankind, and he was the Tiferet. The body, he brought the secret of the Torah, he brought it from Moshe, that was that, he brought it to the Tiferet, to the body, so we could experience this in our body of our Parsuf, and not only in the head, like Moshe did. So it was more revelation, the same as Yosha did, the same as Moshe did, but it was a revelation already on the level of the Tiferet. And then came the Ari, my great teacher, and this is, he revealed the Torah in the middle line up till the Yesod, actually up till the union, that covenant that HaKadosh Baruch Hu had made with the mankind. And this is Yesod. So all of them we have now. And only at the end of the 6,000 years of correction in the Gmar Tikkun will come the Malchut, the revelation of all the laws of the universe, all the goodness. Everything will be revealed in the Malchut, because the revelation, the real revelation, is the Malchut. Of course, the revelation in all these stages of revelation is Malchut, of course. But all Malchut that stood in the Keter, Malchut that stood in the Keter is Yosha. Malchut that stood in the Dat is Moshe. Malchut that stood in the Malchut, the real Malchut, the Malchut for the mankind, on the scale of the mankind, of the souls of the mankind. Malchut that stood in the Tiferet is Shimon Bar Yochai, and Malchut that stood in the Yesod is Ha'ari HaKadosh. And the last one will be the coming of the Mashiach. B'mheira b'yameinu.